Hello and welcome to my show. My name is Rishanka Jones, and in today's episode, I'll be talking about a subject that most parents think about when their child is ready for kindergarten. Should they wait an extra year before sending their child to kindergarten? This idea in the United States is referred to as redshirting. And today we are going to talk about what is redshirting, is it helpful, what are the pros and cons, and how parents make this decision based on the gender of their child. If you think this video may be helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and share, and watch till the end. So, what is redshirting? In very simple terms, it means parents choose to have their kids start kindergarten 1 year later, even if the child meets the school's cutoff birthday rule. For example, if your child's birthday is August 30th and the school's cutoff date for starting kindergarten is September 1st, your child would be eligible to start kindergarten in that particular year because their birthday falls before September 1st. However, they would be the youngest child in the class. Hence, a lot of parents, especially in United States of America, who have the money to afford daycare and 1 year extra of preschool, end up holding their children back so that their kids get that 1 year advantage of being the oldest in the class instead of the youngest. So why do parents do this? Parents mostly do this because they want their kid to get that one extra year of developing emotionally, physically, and socially. A lot of kids this age, some can have emotional breakdowns, or they're shy, or they're small. So in those cases, parents want to give their child that one extra year of developing in these areas. And this usually happens with kids whose birthdays are in the summer or in fall. So how many kids in the United States are actually held back a year? According to education experts, 4 to 9 out of 100 kids are usually held back 1 year before they can start kindergarten. It's not super common, but it's not rare either. So which kids are most likely to wait that extra year? Studies show two main things very clearly. First, let's think about boys compared to girls. When researchers look at who gets redshirted, it's always the boys who wait an extra year rather than the girls. Sometimes it's because the parents feel that the boys need extra time to mature or need extra time to do simple things like sit still or hold a pencil straight. Second is, what is the family's economic situation or financial situation? Mostly, if a family has more money, then they can afford daycare and preschool for an extra year. It is an unfair advantage that the rich families have in the United States. So we now know that the two types of children who usually end up getting redshirted are boys and children from richer families. But the tricky question is, does it actually help in your child's overall success in life? So let's discuss the good things and the not so good things about redshirting your child. Let's start with the good points. Number one is that they're more grown up, meaning they seem calmer. They have that one extra year of developing and becoming more mature. They get along with their peers or their fellow students better and are just overall more mature than the kids who are 1 year younger than them. The second point is that schoolwork will be easier, especially during kindergarten and first grade, because you have that 1 year extra of learning these things in preschool and then repeating it again in kindergarten, provided your preschool is really good. The third point is feeling good and being confident. Just automatically, if you're 1 year older and you've had that 1 year extra experience in life and learned so much in preschool, you're more confident, and I wouldn't say smarter, but definitely you've learned a little more than the rest of the kids, which develops your self-esteem and also makes you more confident in class. And the fourth and the most important point is sports. For families who especially want to concentrate on getting their kids into professional sports and games, this could be a great option for you because your child gets that 1 year extra to grow physically, which kind of boosts their confidence as well in sports because you're bigger, you're more confident, you've got that one extra year. So what are the possible problems of redshirting your child? Number one is that this edge does not last long. Even though studies show that holding your kid back 1 year can help that child in learning in kindergarten and first grade, but that kind of evens out by the time the child reaches third or fourth grade. And then other things like the quality of the teacher and the teaching at home or learning at home with your parents and so many other things become more important. Number two is it is very expensive. Whoever is from United States already knows that preschool costs around $20,000 to $30,000 a year if you're sending your kid to a good preschool, and not all families can afford that. So cost is definitely a factor to consider when you're thinking of redshirting your child. The third point is fitting in. Initially, when the child is starting off in kindergarten and first grade, it may be okay. But as children grow, it may be difficult for the child who's 1 year older than the rest of their class to fit in and relate to the kind of things they're saying or doing or thinking. So sometimes children feel socially left out or awkward being around children who are much younger than them. The fourth point is your children might get bored, meaning the studies in kindergarten are very, very easy in the United States. And if they've already done that in preschool, then repeating that in kindergarten may make your child bored. And then that may lead to your child, indulging in other things which may not be very beneficial to their development or doing things which are not good for them in school, like, acting out or fighting or not want to sit still in class. So this is definitely a point to consider, especially if your child is already way ahead in preschool and has done a lot of learning already. So now that we know the good points and the not so good points about redshirting your child, let's talk about what is the final verdict about whether redshirting is good or not. Well, research doesn't say much about whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. Some children definitely benefit from getting that 1 year extra, but that kind of evens out as they grow older. And mostly families with more money who can afford 1 year extra of preschool tend to do this. So the choice to wait and give that gift of 1 year to your child kind of just depends on your family's financial situation and your child's individual needs. In my personal opinion, giving your child that one extra year can definitely benefit them, fit them emotionally and socially. At the end of the day, again, you know your child the best. So make sure in the preschool years, you're evaluating your child, you're understanding their personalities, watching them carefully, watching their interests, and then making a decision about redshirting. So again, you got to weigh your options, you got to see your child and your financial situation. So this was a quick fact check on redshirting, what it is, whether it's good or bad, and how it differs between boys and girls. If you think this information was helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm in the comment section for usually 1 hour after I upload. So feel free to leave comments, suggestions. Until next time, this is Rishanka Jones.